Good evening, dear students. Welcome to another session of generic digital switching system model. So, in previous sessions, we had looked after the introductory part of the generic digital switching system model, hardware architecture, software architecture, and what are the different recovery strategies which are followed. So, let us move further. So, what is a simple call through a digital switching system? So basically, it is related to the telephone system what we are discussing. So in general, when I speak of a simple call through a digital switching system, it has to follow a procedure in order to make a call. For example, if I want to call, say a person A wants to call a person B, then what he has to do is first he has to person A has to lift the receiver of the telephone. Then after lifting, he gets a dial tone which gives an indication that the phone is up and running. So once the dial tone is heard, he can dial the numbers. So once the numbers are dialed, it goes to the nearest, say, central office or random office, or say through the interface to the NCP and CP. Using this. A call is tried to establish, but before trying to establish a call, the in between offices or in between devices try to say, for example, the in this case the NCP tries to check whether person A is permitted to provide a service of outgoing call. So there is a check related to this, and if he is permitted to have a outgoing call, then the call is further processed, and the path between a called person A, that is a calling customer, and the called customer, that is person B, will be established based on again checking whether person B is permitted to have a incoming calls or not. Now, in all this process, again, we have to do a number of checks. That is, if the person B is busy when the call is trying to get established, then that indication has to be given to the person who has called him. That is the person A. Now, in the similar fashion, if person B is not busy, but uh, what happens is uh, he is capable of receiving the phone, so you should give an indication to the other person that a call has come. So, which is done by giving a power ringing to person B's telephone device. And again, just giving an indication that the person B's phone is ringing, we have to assign some tone and indicate to person A that person B is getting a ringing tone. So once the person B lifts the receiver of the telephone, then the path is established, and then we go ahead with the conversation. And once any one of the party, that is person A or person B, hangs on the telephone receiver, then the call has to be disconnected. So this is just a simple concept which is related. So if I keep the analogy in mind and try to see what are the steps which have to be followed in a simple call through a digital switching system, so we can just check what are the basic steps which are required to make a complete simple call. So first, the devices have to check for off hook condition. That is, say for example, person B lifts the phone to make a call. So once he lifts it, it is nothing but the off hook condition. Now we have to identify the customer's line. That is basically we have to see who has lifted the phone. So, so there might be an interface controller who is controlling number of line modules, number of trunk modules. So if any one of the customer lifts that, so line module has to identify which customer has lifted the phone. So that is what is done. So basically scanning goes on. Then we have to test the customer's line. This is all just to prevent that off condition is occurred not due to some faulty parameters which are present in the network. So it is just for those purposes. Once that testing is done, we have to provide a dial tone to the customer. So once, say in our example, person A lifts the phone, and if he is able to hear the dial tone, then it is an indication that his phone is up and running. So once the dial tone is provided, then the intermediate devices. For example, the interface controller which is connected to the line module. Line module has to wait for analysis of the digits which are being dialed. So we should have a digit receiver over there. So next we have to provide the digit analysis for the dialed numbers. So once the dialed numbers are in proper form, say if any one of the number have missed out, then I'll not be able to establish a call between the two customers. So once digits have been analyzed, then we have to establish a path between the calling customer and the called customer. Now, once the called customer is free, that is, if he is not busy, then we have to give an indication to the called customer that there is a call waiting for him. So, which is done by ringing the called customer's telephone. Now, after that, what we have to do is we have to wait for the called customer to answer. So once he picks up the phone and he answers it, then there will be a signal indicating that the customer has lifted the phone, that is the called customer has lifted the phone. So in that process again we have to establish a cut through path and allow the path for communication between the two. Now after that we have to keep on waiting to see when the conversation will be over. That is basically we try to see that when the line occupancy will be nullified or line occupancy is not required anymore. So that is supervision will be done of both the lines. This is done in order to see when I have to disconnect the path between the calling customer and the called customer. So once I see that there is a disconnect signal which is being provided, basically when we have a on hook condition, that is I keep back the receiver of the telephone. So once I do that, I disconnect the entire path. So this is what happens in a simple call through digital switching system. So let us see the same thing in say a flowchart form in a flowchart form. So here we are seeing that we are having two customers, customer A and customer B, and customer A wants to get connected to customer B. Now, as specified previously, continuous scanning will be done of the line using the line module. Now here what we are trying to scan is, has this customer A gone off hook, that is has he lifted the phone, that is what we are seeing here. If he hasn't lifted the phone, we keep on continuing with scanning the line. So once customer A lifts the phone, it indicates that customer A has gone off hook. So once he goes off hook, I go to the next step as to see what has to be done. Now, what is the next thing? What we discussed in the previous slide is we identify which customer has lifted it. That is, we basically try to identify the line and we try to check what are the features which are enabled for customer A. For example, whether customer A is permitted to have an outgoing call, whether he is permitted to have an incoming call. So in this case, customer A wants to have an outgoing call. That is, he wants to dial customer B. So in this case, it will be indirectly checking the feature that whether outgoing call facility is available to customer A or not. Now, if that feature is enabled, then I basically I'm not checking everything. I'm just trying to analyze it here in a simple form. So once that is done, I try to test the customer's line as to if any other foreign potential is present or not. So basically, what I am testing is that this off condition is should not be due to some say line problem or any trunk problem or any other problem which is at the device end, and so that is what we are trying to test here. So once everything is fine, I go further and customer A, once he lifts the phone, he gets a dial tone if everything is fine. So if something has happened, then what happens is customer A is not provided a dial tone, and in that condition it gives an indication to the customer A that the phone is dead. That is what is happening. Now let us assume that the phone is up and running and dial tone is provided to the customer. So if once the dial tone is provided, now what customer A does is he dials the number of the customer B. Now, in this process, customer A might have missed out one number. So, if he misses out, then they'll will not be able to get connected to customer B as the number might be wrong. Now, let us assume that we have received all the digits. So, this digit receiver is attached basically with the help of the line module. So, which collects the digits which are dialed and it gives it to the interface controller, and then this gives it to the NCP. So that is basically what happens in this case. So the LM actually attaches the digit receivers. It receives the digits. So once you start dialing the number, the dial tone gets disconnected. So that is what happens in the first. After that, we collect all the digits. Then we analyze those digits whether all the numbers are in proper form or not. If any one of the number is missing or something is wrong, then we'll not be able to go further. So here, if the dial digits are not okay, then what we do is either we provide an announcement, that is say in form of a message, or we give a tone indicating that the circuit is waiting for a number to be dialed or any other parameter. Now let us assume that everything is fine, that is the dial numbers are correct. Then we go to the next step. So wherein what we do is we request for the time slots. So this is basically done by NCP. So NCP basically allots the time slots to the lines which are up, that is the customer. So in this case, customer A is allotted a time slot through the switching fabric, what we had discussed previously. So once the time slots are allotted to the customers A and B connection, then we go further and see whether customer B is having the associated features. So in this case, what is happening is we are trying to see that whether customer B is permitted to have an incoming call or not. So if he is not having incoming call facility, then the call won't be connected to customer B. So that is what we are trying to check out. Along with that, we are also scanning the line of customer B. So once it is done, what we do is we go for next step and provide a power ringing to B, assuming that customer A is permitted to have incoming calls. So A has dialed the correct numbers and it has come to customer B. Now customer B should be given an indication that there is a call from some other customer. So in that case, we have to give a power ringing to the device of the customer B. Now, at the same time, we should give an indication that B's telephone, that is customer B's telephone, is ringing. We have to give that indication to customer A. So, along with providing power ringing to telephone of the customer B, we should also give a tone to customer A, indicating that the other phone of customer B is ringing. Now, we wait for customer B to answer. Now, once the customer B lifts the phone, that is, he goes off hook, then it indicates that the call has been established. So, once he goes off hook, we have to remove the tones what we had specified. That is the ringing tone to the customer A, what we had given, and the power tone to customer B, what we had provided. We have to remove those. This happens when customer B actually lifts the phone, that is, he goes off hook condition, he goes to off hook condition. Now what is done is you provide a cut through path. So in this cut through path, basically what is happening is NCP had allotted a time slot for the switching fabric. Now customer A and customer B will be getting connected via the switching fabric. So once this is done, the NCP is not utilized. It may be utilized to keep the call processing information, but when it is established, this path will be utilized for the conversation. So what you're doing is you're basically cutting through the path through this, that is, which was initially established. So that is what we are trying to do here. Therefore, a cut through path is provided between customer A and customer B. Now, if any one of the customer or both the customers go go for on hook condition, that is the conversation is over and customer B places his receiver onto the telephone, or customer A places his receiver onto the telephone, or customer B places his receiver on the telephone, then what we have to do is we have to disconnect the path between the two. So that is when either of the party hangs up, that is they go in on hook condition of the receiver, then we disconnect the entire path. So this is a simple call through a digital switching system in a flowchart form. So this is all for today. Let us wind up here and let us meet in the next session. Thank you.